Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Agoracom, where we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. Today's news is huge, guys. For all of you guys who are believers in the metaverse and what Citibank said that it's going to be a 10 to 13 trillion dollar market by 2030, you're going to love this interview with Liquid Avatar Technologies, trades in Canada under LQID for the US LQAVF. What does the company do? The technical description: a global blockchain and fintech solutions company that's focused on digital ID, integrated avatars, and the metaverse. A lot of people talking the talk, but here's where the company's different. More than just lip service, the company's flagship Aftermath Islands is an open world, massively multiplayer game environment built with amazing graphics. You're going to see some today on the Unreal Engine, and it's supported by free to play and earn gaming. It's already generated approximately $2 million in retail sales. The beta build is live and players can interact with it already. It's a first ever metaverse to deploy blockchain proof of humanity, which is created by Liquid Avatar, anonymity, verification, safety, trust, and privacy. Incubella is called one of the top 100 Web3 companies and number one in the metaverse company. And they just announced before this, users have collected a billion plus platform resources on their way to creating 1.2 million NFTs. And today's headline: Liquid Avatar Technologies and Aftermath Islands set to launch AI-powered artificial intelligence powered avatars in the metaverse. This is huge. David, welcome back, my friend.
Thanks, George. It's always great to be here.
Hey, I just said a minute ago, this is huge because I've actually personally been asking about this from you for quite a while. And you were saying, George, it's coming, but we're going to need some time. And I thought this would be out, Q2-ish. And voila, here we are. So before we go to the details, right, how big is this as a milestone for the company, even for the metaverse industry in general?
Well, George, it's quite amazing because we think of the metaverse as the next evolution of the internet. Web 1 was primarily the information age. Web 2 was all about social engagement. Web 3 is going to be about interactivity, immersiveness, and new ways of engaging audiences. And artificial intelligence is something that we've been focused on throughout our career, especially the last 10 years. And when ChatGPT and OpenAI and ChatGPT 3 started really making headlines, we were already knee deep in looking at how we can bring that into the metaverse. Right. And so, right away people say, well, what good is that? What can you do with that? And I know we'll talk about that. But before we get there, I want to just update you that we're at about 1.2 billion resources, just about there. And our users have now generated just over 1.5 million NFTs. So our numbers are just accelerating like crazy. And it's really exciting, and we couldn't be prouder of our teams.
All right, so let me set the table, if you don't mind, for a second, because I think it's important because we take the terminology for granted. There are two kinds of players out there, right? Mm-hmm. There are players in the avatar that's me, for example. I walk into a metaverse, I'm controlling my avatar. I go in this morning, I leave an hour later, whatever. It's all in my control. That does not need artificial intelligence because I'm the person behind it. Then the second part are non-player characters. Mm-hmm. They need artificial intelligence.
Well, some of them do. Some of them do.
Some of them do, yeah. But if anyone needs it, it's the non-player characters.
Exactly.
And you're saying here, AI-enabled virtual brand ambassadors provide 24/7 service, education, information, e-commerce, expertise, creating new levels of engagement and revenue opportunities. So give us some examples of virtual brand ambassadors so everyone can understand this and what they'll be able to do.
Well, let's start with subject matter experts, right? You want people that represent your brand to be subject matter experts. Well, now you can have artificially intelligent brand ambassadors that are non-player characters that can be designed to be your mascot, designed to wear your branded clothing, designed to push your image in a kiosk or just standing alone in the metaverse. And someone can, as a player character, someone can walk up to that and engage in natural language and find out the information they want from your brand. And artificial intelligence and ChatGPT, GPT-3 gives us the ability to create limitations around that information so that only the information that we want to display or have engaged with that user is going to be available. So think about 24/7, and it's not a website. It can link to a website, but it's someone who can actually, a player character that can intelligently, in natural language, talk about your brand to another human being.
So I'm Greek. I got George's Greek food emporium. And yeah, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, I'm great at answering questions. But in comes David Lukács Saturday at 2 in the afternoon because he's happened to stumble upon our character. And whereas before he wouldn't really have someone available to him, he could just have to scroll my website and look for information
Mhm.
and try to figure it out. What you're going to be able to do is engage with an AI avatar and say, tell us about your food, tell us about the allergy, tell us about the health profile, anything you basically want, which was never available before. So seeing is believing. So what we want to do is you've actually created a fictitious company, Fluffy Bunny Coffee, right? So let's bring that up here. So bear
And I'm
with
going
me
to
for a
pop on
second,
my
everybody.
glasses because otherwise I won't be
Yeah,
able to see
sure.
it. But yeah, no problem. Great. Well, that's what you look like.
So everyone kind of bear with it for a second. So I'm going to bring this up.
So let me take a premise of this first. So
Yeah. So
we
we want. So you
we
can see it, David. It's on the screen.
yeah, I can see it. It's great.
Okay.
So the idea was that coffee is universal. Coffee is sort of benign. I mean, we all like our own particular coffee, but coffee is an easy thing for everyone to understand. If we started with earbuds and we wanted to really fine tune earbuds, do cross analysis of what earbuds are better than others, and really do a lot of work on that. Um, it specifically wouldn't be attractive to everyone. We thought coffee would be attractive. So we created a brand called Fluffy Bunny Coffee Company, and we've tuned an AI bot to be able to talk about this. And then we've taken that AI bot and connected it to the metaverse through a non-player character. So George, if you'll start, this is a demo where a user can run into our cafe and
All right. And I'm going to start here. So that's a user. That's someone like me. That's a real
right.
human that's using an avatar. And
Yeah.
I'm going to hit roll here. So here we go.
Yeah. And they're going to run in, and as you can, as we stop, you're going to start to see that this is a chat ambassador sample OpenAI Chat GPT-3. And as soon as I engage with one of those blue circles and one of the brand ambassadors, a chat box opens up. Now today it's text
And
chat.
also,
Down the
David,
road,
the brand ambassadors are the two or one of the avatars that are sitting
yeah,
behind the counter right now.
exactly. And right now it's chat based by text, but down the road it'll be natural voice as well. But and if you notice, we're using Chat GPT-3. People go, what's the difference between Chat GPT and GPT-3? Chat GPT is sort of the baby brother, baby sister of Chat GPT-3, and Chat GPT uses about 1.5 billion parameters to fine tune its artificial intelligence engine. Chat GPT-3 uses about 175 billion parameters. So it's a much more complex solution, and we've really built our bots on ChatGPT-3, the bigger engine. So the
But
player
and to
walks
be
up.
clear, to be clear, David, I can't walk up with my character here and ask, why is the sky blue? So you've
Right.
trained it to know only everything about Fluffy Bunny Coffee, and I want to make sure everyone
and,
knows
and
that.
coffee in general, and be
Okay,
polite about it. Be polite about anything else that's not their topic area, right?
okay.
They'll nicely tell you that that's not my area of expertise. But so user comes up, and George, if you let it roll, and they'll
Yeah.
and we're
And I
stopping it
want to make
just
sure everyone notices on the left side of the screen, there's the welcome chat from the avatar saying, hey, welcome to Fluffy Bunny
yeah.
Coffee. And now we'll let it roll.
And the user, and it gives a little bit thank you for reaching out to Fluffy Bunny Coffee. We specialize providing different, delicious coffee blends. And right away, the user asks, what is fair trade coffee? And within 4 or 5 seconds, usually it's within 3 to 5 seconds, the system will go out, go to ChatGPT, go to our trained bot, ask the question, come back with an answer, and that's all resolved in 3 to 5 seconds. So whatever you ask will likely resolve in 3 to 5 seconds. And
Yeah, it seemed like it was
so
even faster than that in the demo that I was watching, so it's pretty fast.
right. So, I just want to give everybody some level of expectation. And it'll talk about the subject in detail, but then it'll fine tune it to add a quote unquote sales message about Fluffy Bunny Coffee, because subject matter experts, if it's commercial, need to be, sort of the ABCs always be closing. We
Yeah.
need to make sure. Now, if it's educational or information, the sort of the temperature and the theme can be tuned to be less sales oriented and more information oriented. And so from there we start, the dialogue continues, and they'll thank
Want me to
them
let it
and move
roll?
on. Yeah, sure, let it roll. And now if you see to your left here, there's another blue area. So not only can you interact with the avatar that is giving you chat GPT, but you can move over and now interact with an avatar that will actually start to engage you for a sales process. So if you let it roll for a sec, and you'll see the user move over, and then all of a sudden you see this right now, you see this, press E. When you press E, it starts the engagement process. And what makes us unique, not only is our ChatGPT integration, I believe we're the first to do this, but we also can leverage the resources that already exist for an organization, their web resources, to make them seamlessly engaging in the metaverse. So, George, if you let it roll, they'll click the E, and boom, what will come up is a website, and this is a fictitious website where you can buy Fluffy Bunny coffee products, and it'll give you an opportunity to engage, get 10% off. So we've been able to create awareness, engagement, activation, and possible conversion in a single event using artificial intelligence and current web resources. This is really important because when we think of the metaverse, we think of, glitz and glamour and gaming. We're thinking of it as an extension of the way the web works today to the next evolution, where users own their own data, manage their identity, go into a platform, and now can engage in a way that is new, exciting, informative, and valuable.
One thing I want to point out too, now that we keep diving deeper and deeper to the rabbit hole here, pardon the pun with the bunny part of the name, but
That's why we did Fluffy
content
Bunny.
content is obviously very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's king, but graphics are equally as important.
Yeah.
And a lot of people not well versed with the metaverse may not understand the graphics there are incredibly high quality. You want to speak to that just a little bit?
Sure. And let me comment. There's no download. You don't have to download an app. You don't have to download.
Right. I didn't download. Right.
No download. It is a web-based product. So you just go to play.aftermathislands.com for the beta. The chatbots aren't in there yet. They will be in the next release. Or they are just coming in now. My apologies. They are just coming in now, and they'll expand through the next release. But at the end of the day, you'll be able to engage with high resolution graphics, high fidelity, and really have an experience that you'd expect to get on a high resolution graphic screen right on your mobile phone, tablet, or computer, without any download and without any app. And again, those brands that wish to engage with you by making their web resources available, you can just click on a button and a second tab will open up with the web resource without ever leaving our metaverse. It is a seamless experience. Again, it's the move from Web 2 to Web 3. This is really the transition point. And it's got so much value to users and to brands. There's so much economic value here.
Do you think you and I are both veterans of this? Is the jump from the non-internet to Web 1, that was a big jump, right? David Lucat sold shoes. He had a store. All of a sudden, he could sell on Shopify. That was a huge jump. And we all were flabbergasted by that. Is the jump to Web 3 going to be the same magnitude, do you think?
I think people are easier to roll from one version to the other. It was a massive step up from 0 to Web 1. From Web 1 to Web 2, I think it was a little bit easier, a little bit faster. The challenge with Web 3 has been that, though a lot of organizations that went to the metaverse early on, and again, trailblazers for sure, had really chunky graphics. Things didn't look the way they should. A lot of machine-based resources. That means I'm downloading a part of the application on my machine, which meant I'm limited what I can do on mobile and tablet. And really, that's the next. I mean, we're not going to walk around with our laptops everywhere. We're going to walk around with our mobile devices. And we really took the same. We took out a page out of the playbook of companies like Netflix, which said if we're going to have a really great experience in the mobile world, we're going to have to make it easy to use. And people can't be downloading movies all the time. So really what we're doing is we're streaming from the cloud with our friends at AWS. And then we're using pixel streaming with some of our friends at PureWeb. And we've created a new type of experience that really allows people to play without having to gobble up resources. And then they can play our other games, earn NFTs, buy digital items, engage with brands, and brands will be able to provide things like t-shirts for my avatar or digital goods. And so really we're creating a new world economy for Web3. And for those that may want to scoff about this, just go back to Web 1 when Web 2 came out. Everybody said, well, there's a new sheriff in town. And really we've gone to a position where the graphics make the difference. The playability make the difference. The engagement make the difference. As a brand, George, I don't have to redesign everything for Web 3. I can plug my Web 2 resources into Aftermath Islands with a click of a button.
And by the way, people shouldn't be scoffing because Google, who we all thought was impenetrable, the biggest moat and the biggest wall in the world, now is at risk from AI-driven, ChatGPT and all that. So people shouldn't scoff paradigm shifts, and this is definitely happening. When is this rolling out, David? I know you already started demoing. When does it fully commercially roll out, and how do you generate revenue from it? Like who's your customer? It's obviously not me as George. So who's your customer?
Right. Well, people that come to play.aftermathislands.com this week should be able to start to see it. They should start to see Fluffy Bunny Coffee Company. And we'll be adding more and more opportunities. We're talking to information services, retailers, and many types of brands. Just imagine high-level healthcare information or high-level brand awareness engagement or customer service and support. That you, if you're not satisfied with the responses you're getting, you can then open up a ticket, but it can be much more pervasive than waiting on the line for 45 minutes where customer service is going to come to you. This can be instantaneous. So we're seeing a lot of brands very curious about this, and we're starting to see some brands have more fulsome conversations about this. Again, it's just launching like literally today and this week. So it's there's lots of opportunity, we believe, economically. Think about it. If you can put an artificial intelligent bot in a location where they can talk to you 24/7, 365 days a week, imagine the value proposition to a brand in conjunction. And you can move them by adding those Web 2 resources. You can move them along a path. So if the chatbot doesn't answer all your questions, click here for our customer service, our FAQs. If our FAQs don't, click here to be connected to one of our service reps. So there's a lot more value, and there can be opportunities to, as we're doing with Fluffy Bunny, to get people engaged and then sell them something digital or sell them something physical.
So you got Fluffy Bunny, that's your internal brand. Georgie Porgy comes along and says, love this, David. I want to sell my pigs using your solution. How do you generate revenue from me? Just generally speaking.
Well, we already have packages where a brand, we can train an AI bot for that brand. We can create a kiosk or standalone metaverse ambassador and put them in that place, and it's a fixed cost, and then we can add other accoutrements to it. So it's not super expensive. It's affordable by any brand. It is so much less expensive than one customer service rep a month. So it's really something.
And it's 24/7, 365.
And it doesn't eat, sleep, or take vacation.
How do you market it, David? What's the distribution model? Listen, you have an incredible Rolodex personally. The company Liquid Avatar is part of so many trade groups, associations in the Web3 world. So you've got a real great head start there. How do you mass market this, or do you need to? Because it's B2B, maybe you only want, I mean, you want 10,000 customers, obviously, but maybe you only want 50 customers this year or something like that. So talk to us a little bit about that side.
Well, our pipeline is fairly full. I've personally got many dozens of engagements already on the go. So we're not finding it
Nice,
hard to find
nice.
new customers. It's a time element. Everybody has to understand that the ball is going to start to move slowly at the beginning and then begin to roll, and then it becomes, sort of, it could become pandemonium. But it's got to start with a trickle, like anything else. And really, what people wanted to see this live. And I'm sure that here's the cool part. If you come to play.aftermathislands.com and come to the chatbot, you can put it through its trials. It's not pick one of 7 questions. You get to type in a question, and it'll tell you if it's tuned to answer it or not. And we've really pounded on it in terms of coffee. Everything you want to know about coffee, but we're afraid to ask, you can ask the bot. And again, just think of it, objectively, that can now be tuned to for any subject matter. We can teach geometry. We can teach trigonometry. We can
Right.
teach,
Well,
we
there's
can
no
teach
limit,
all
right?
kinds of.
There's no limit
No,
to that, right? It could be a
no.
water company, could be
It,
Georgie
it,
Porgy.
but it can be information. It can be customer support. It can be retail sales. It can be industrial products. There's so many different things. It can be government services. There's so many different things. It could be travel and tourism. Imagine talking to an AI bot about
Yeah.
travel and tourism, and then it recommends links that you should click, and then just think of your own funnel, how quickly you can search in natural language and find out information and tidbits without having to go through all these different search results. So it becomes a natural language search for any subject matter that we have it tuned for.
If Georgie Porgy is a Greek company from Athens, Greece, are multiple languages available yet, or is that coming down the road?
That's down the road with our language packs. Right now, it's
Okay.
English based.
Yeah,
We
it does
we
run. That's great.
we it's tough enough to fine tune something. There's always something more to add, but this has been a big hill to climb. As we said, getting to the billion resource levels, getting to the million NFT level, launching all the things we've launched today, having high fidelity graphics, and not talking about something that will be coming, but it is here today, has been a big plus for our company.
I have to admit, one of your biggest strokes of genius, and all kidding aside, you've had several, especially here in Liquid Avatar, was creating Aftermath Islands. So it could be a test bed for proof of humanity. It could be a test bed for AI powered avatars, and on top of it, it's generating millions in sales at the same time. How big of an advantage is it that you're not just you're not George Com uh, uh, productions where I say I've got AI powered avatars. You're actually able to put them to use in your own in your own metaverse. How big of an advantage is that to you when you're doing demos and sales and things like that?
Well, I think it's amazing. I think our testers love it. And we're launching more and more throughout this quarter. We'll be launching more, and then Q2 we expect to start launching some of our islands, at least the early stage islands. So we're launching more and more and things that people can do, and now brands are saying, well, what if we give you an idea, what can you expand upon it? And with the launch of our pavilion, we now have an event center. Not only will we be using proof of humanity to let you into the platform, we can use other verifiable credentials that only let you into a venue. So it's not just about gating you into the system, it's gating you into events and opportunities as well. So there's lots of commercial product. We have not designed this to be just an open world engaging environment. We've designed it so that it is commercially viable. That's been our premise.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of people talk that talk. Again, you walk that walk because Aftermath Islands generate close to $2 million in retail sales there and about. So, man, congratulations! Seems like you're
Thank
always
you.
hitting these major milestones. And thanks for joining us, David.
Thanks, George. Great to be here.
For everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening to my podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To David Lukacs, CEO of Liquid Avatar Technologies, Trades in Canada, LQID, for our friends in the US, LQAVF. For those new to the story, because you saw this mind-blowing headline, plus you've seen the other headlines that have come out already in 2023, and you want to find out more about the company, get to the company's profile page on Agoracom. Will that be an AI-powered avatar soon? Stay tuned. Do your due diligence. And once you've got all that under your belt, because we know there's a lot of new tech there, and you are going to learn about this stuff, and you should, then head over to the Liquid Avatar website, do your deep dive due diligence. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel and never missing another great Agoracom small cap video.